Hi everyone, Miss Curdy here, and today we're going to be working on topic 9-6, subtraction using the standard algorithm. And in these problems, we're going to practice subtracting across zeros. It's a little bit trickier with the regrouping than when we don't have zeros, but let's go through and do a couple so we feel more confident. So when we're looking at a subtraction problem, we know we'll need to regroup if the numbers on the top, if the top digits are smaller than our bottom digits. So I'm looking at my ones column, and I already noticed that I have a 4 and a 7 here, so there will need to be regrouping here. And I also notice that I'm going to need to regroup here because I have a 0 up here with an 8 on the bottom. So I'll definitely need to regroup those two. Going through, I know I cannot do 4 take away 7, so I need to borrow from my tens place. But when I go to my tens place, I notice that it's empty. There's nothing there. So what I need to do is fill this up first before I can regroup. Some kids have a misconception that if the tens are empty, they can immediately jump to the hundreds to fill up the ones, but actually we need to go in order. So before I take care of my ones column, I have to work on my tens column and fill that up. So I'm going to take one of my hundreds away and make this a 4, and now I can fill that up with 10. Now that there is some in my tens, I can use that to fill up my ones. So I'm going to take one of those tens away, leaving me 9, and then my 4 ones become a 14. So now I can do 14 minus 7, which will give me 7. And now my tens column is ready to rock. 9 minus 8 is 1, and my hundreds, 4 minus 3 is also 1, for a total of for a difference of 117. So let's go down to this problem here, because again, I have another 0 in the middle. At this point, I want you to pause and give this one a try using this top problem here to help guide you. Okay, let's work through this one. So I'm noticing that my ones need to be regrouped, and so do my tens place. So my ones column needs to go to my tens to borrow, but it's empty. So first I need to fill that up. My 600s become 500s. My 0 will now be filled up with 10 tens. And now I can take one of those tens away to have 9 tens and give that to my ones column. 12 minus 5 is 7. 9 minus 4 is 5. And 5 minus 2 is 3, for a total of 357. All right, our last two. Now we have a double 0 here. So I'll definitely need to be regrouping because I have an 8 and a 7 down below. So my ones column needs to borrow from my tens, but my tens is empty. So before I move on, I'm going to fill that up. I'm going to take one of these hundreds away, leaving me 500s. And now I can put those 10 tens that I got from the hundreds in my tens column. And then once again, I can take one away from there to fill up my ones column with 10 ones. Now that everything's regrouped, I can just go through and subtract. 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 8 is 1. 5 minus 3 is 2. And at this time, why don't we pause the video here, give this one a shot, use your top example to help you, and then you'll meet me back here to solve it. So once again, I'm looking at this problem, and I notice that I have 2 zeros here and a 3 and a 2 below. So I know I'm going to need to do some regrouping. Always starting in my ones place. I look to my tens, but my tens place is empty. So I'm going to fill that up first. I'll take one of these hundreds away, leaving 3 hundreds. I can use those 10 tens to fill up my tens place. And then I take just one of those tens away and give it to my ones place. So I have 10 ones now. And now that my regrouping is done, I can go ahead and subtract. 10 minus 2 is 8, 9 minus 3 is 6, and 3 minus 2 is 1. So at this point, I just want to take a moment to notice our regrouping that we're doing in the tens place. We've taken 100 away in each of these cases and filled up our tens column with 10 tens. Make sure that when we're regrouping again, we're not taking all of those tens away. We're just taking one, leaving us with 9 in each of these cases. That's it for 9-6 with subtracting with the standard algorithm when we have zeros. If you're feeling confident, you can work on additional problems on your own with a partner or in groups. And if you need some more practice, just sign up for a mini lesson with your teacher. That's it for today. Have a great one, and I'll see you back here for the next video.